What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. Just like with Talmadge, most of us take the easy way out and call her T. It's the one and only, I hope I don't butcher it, Teresa.
All of it's wrong, but hello everyone. How's everyone doing?
How do you say that sweet, sweet name of yours?
No one can pronounce it, and I don't get it. It's not that difficult.
It's difficult because we, and I'm speaking the royal we here, us Americans, have never heard such a name, such a beautiful name. We hear Teresa.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa.
Well, it was Mother Teresa, but
Teresa
okay.
Judice. We hear Teresa all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Teresa? No one's ever heard that. It's Teresa. There is a song, if you guys want to know how to pronounce it accurately. You were named after a song.
Yeah.
Teresa.
It's called Teresa.
Teresa. Yeah. I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting close. Teresa.
Yeah.
Teresa.
You're the only family member outside of the Czechs who can pronounce it.
Well, thank you. But I can't tell you the wave of relief that came over my friends and family's face when I told them, guys, you can just call her T. They were like, oh, there is a God. We can just call.
Yeah.
All my friends.
Well, who started calling me T? Was it you?
For sure.
No, you started calling me Turkey.
Well,
which is not that
gobble,
easy to
gobble.
pronounce.
Gobble, gobble. It is almost that time of year. I think I started calling you T. I'm pretty sure I did. I would not take someone else's nickname.
No, I
and
think
call
you
that.
started calling me T, and I was like, I like it. It's easy.
I'm really the first person to call you T?
Yeah.
Huh.
Everyone before was like Teresa, and first I was mad when people did that, and over the years I'm like, oh, sure, you got it.
Because it's everyone who does it.
Yeah,
so.
and it's fine. Again, like it's like I have a coworker who's from Mexico, and his name is Jorge, but he goes by George.
Right, it's your American.
Yeah, and I asked him about it. He's like, you know what? I gave up on people calling me Jorge. I just go by George. Jorge.
Yeah, I don't think they would call him Jorge, but
I said Jorge.
Okay, you got a lot going on in there.
Well, I'm also feeling a little under the weather.
Don't blame it on that.
But it's the same thing. He goes like, you know what? I gave up. There are some people who go by Jorge who are like, oh, is this how you do it in Mexico? And he's like, you know what? No, just go by George. I go by George, and I go by Teresa, and that's fine.
Do you?
I do. I gave up.
You just take it. You accept it.
Yeah.
It's either way. It's a beautiful
Sometimes,
name.
if people ask me, I'm like Teresa, and they look at me like an idiot. So then I have to pull out my badge, and I'm like Teresa.
No, you know what it is, and now it's coming to me. Sometimes you tell people Teresa.
Yeah, because I gave up.
Yeah, I've heard you on the phone. You're calling the credit card company, or you're at Starbucks. And
absolutely.
So
Starbucks, especially those idiots.
Oh my gosh, Starbucks, not a sponsor. Okay, so you put it on yourself then. You tell people.
Because I gave up a long time ago. Listen. When I say, oh, Teresa is great, I get my latte and it says Teresa on it, it's mine. When I say Teresa, once I get a cup that said deer.
That's very true.
And I'm like, who's the deer? And then I realized, I'm waiting for my latte. She's like, deer? I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Oh,
and so I gave up. I say, if I feel good, if I feel like that person can get it, I'm like, Teresa. But if I feel like, this is a lost cause, I'm just going to be Teresa.
Or T. Now I feel like I've heard you also tell people call you T.
Yes, and T is fine. I go T in my personal life.
Close
When it gets a professional, I use my full name.
Okay. All right, man. It's complicated to be you.
Well, you also go by, you don't.
Some people slip an H in my name.
Yeah.
Some people slip an H in.
A lot of people do, guys. He's J-O-N.
And I'm not offended by it because most people are J-O-H-N. I feel almost special. I'm like, you know what? I get it.
You should feel special.
You're not used to the old J-O-N over here, but it's because I'm
You should feel special.
I'm Jonathan.
You are Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan.
You know what's the best? When I tell someone, the first time I mention you to a new person, I say my husband, but I say my husband John. And moving forward, I just drop the husband, right? I just go John.
Never drop your husband.
And, you know what I mean. And so sometimes I'm like, they're like, what did you do this week? And I'm like, well, John and I went fishing, which never happens. But
What a pull.
well, John and I went fishing, right? And I spelled Jon, and the response is like, "Oh, John, John."
Yeah.
Fishes.
Well, maybe an
And
autocorrect.
so I think people think I'm an idiot, and I keep forgetting to spell your name properly.
Maybe an autocorrect. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't call us late for dinner, that's all we care about. So
I didn't get that.
you don't get that joke?
No.
Oh, it's not one of mine. This
No.
is an old street joke.
Oh.
Whereas you can call me whatever. Just don't call me late for dinner. Like, make sure I'm there. I'm hungry. I want to eat. Don't call me late
gotcha.
for dinner, Teresa. All
Gotcha.
right? Here we go. We are not here to talk about names, although we may a little bit when we get to the Jovi and Yara section. Talmadge is not a difficult name, I don't think.
No.
Maybe I'm not saying it correct. Maybe it is difficult, but Talmadge.
Isn't it the college?
Talmadge? Sounds like the street my best friend grew up on, like Talmadge Court. Talmadge College. Talmadge?
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 I forget the college.
I don't know. Sounds like a cookie company.
Talmadge? I don't know.
Anyways, we'll get to all that. Before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. Guys, follow us on Instagram, okay? And this is an exciting announcement. We ask you every week, but this time, go check it out at Married to Reality Pod. The memes are back.
The memes are back indeed.
The memes are back and stronger than ever, guys.
John came up with a great meme. I came up with a great caption for it, so go and check it out.
All right. Check it out. Give it a like. Give it an old like-see. And yeah, just follow us there because we do post memes, but we share news, updates, and most fun, we talk with you guys.
Yeah, we sure do.
And that's sometimes when you say John with an H. But who cares? As long as you're talking to us, I don't care what you call us. You'll get a pass all day, every day. So, all right, at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Also, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Married to Reality. So much goodness over there. Let me just touch on a few things.
Do it.
The single life. We recap that every week. We do it on video too for our family affair levels. If you want to see what we look like while we're podcasting, get on that family affair level. We also did Love is Blind After the Altar. That was a 3-episode special that we kicked out to our patrons. We also do monthly bonuses on the family affair level. Also, Halloween, we did a special. November, we're going to do a Thanksgiving special. And then maybe a New Year's special, maybe
a Christmas special.
Who knows? The specials don't stop on the
Special
Patreon.
on top of a special on top of a special.
If we were a restaurant, most of our menu would be specials. And so get on that Patreon, patreon.com/Married to Reality. It is a good time. So join the fun and hang out. All right, patreon.com/Married to Reality.
Yes.
Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. It's so easy to do, whether you're listening on Apple or Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher. It doesn't matter. What matters is you follow the podcast, so whenever we drop an episode, it comes right to your device. Here's how easy it is to do. You just look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as the city that never sleeps, a.k.a. NYC.
NYC. Yes.
NYC.
Hot city. All right. So you're following the podcast. You're checking out the Patreon. One last thing, reviews. If you haven't left a review, please do. We love the love. And when we get a 5-star review, we read it on this podcast right here, right now. This one, the one we're doing right now. 5-star reviews get read. And I have one that I would like to read this one.
Please do.
I would like to read this one. This one comes to us from our friend Atlanta JL.
Hello, Atlanta JL.
Okay, not sure what city you're from, but Atlanta JL, titled Best 90-Day Podcast.
Wow.
All right, they got good taste in the ATL. So,
love that.
I only recently found Married to Reality, and I am so glad that I did. These two have great chemistry and are hilarious. Funny recaps and insights into the show. Best 90-Day Podcast out there. So glad I found you guys. Atlanta JL.
This is beautiful. It's almost like, wow, are you talking about us?
Are you Atlanta JL? Are you talking about us? Yeah. Well, we're glad you found us too.
Yeah, thank you, Atlanta JL.
And extremely glad that you left a review and shared some of that love.
Thank you. What a beautiful review. You guys always make us very happy.
Yes. So thank you, ATLJL. And if you haven't left a review, please do.
Yeah, be like ATLJL.
There you go. All right. That is the housekeeping. What do you say we do a little 90 day, by the way?
Let's Do it.
And when I say a little 90 day, by the way, I mean this was a slow news week.
Okay.
This was a slow news week, Teresa.
Do you have anything?
I almost bailed on the segment this week, but in the 2+ years we've been doing this podcast, I've never bailed.
You cannot bail on the segment. I've never bailed
on the segment.
You cannot.
So number 1.
Okay.
Is Annie of David and Annie pregnant?
I've seen something.
You have seen this?
Yes.
Here's what is causing this hubbub. The trailer just dropped for David and Annie after the 90 days. They're back for a second season, right? We talked, I think, maybe about Lauren and Alexi having their return. David and Annie are back. And in the trailer, there's this scene where we learn she hasn't had her period in 3 months.
Okay.
Okay. This is the kind of thing I'm into. Tell me more. Tell me more about this. So she goes to the doctor, and of course it's a cliffhanger. They're not going to tell you exactly what happens, but whatever she learns, she seems very shocked by. She's like, how did this happen? Oh my Buddha, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of speculation. Are they pregnant?
Okay.
This would be their first child together if they are pregnant.
All right.
So I
always forget that she's in her 20s.
She's young.
He's in his 50s.
Is she still in her 20s?
Oh, yeah. She's younger than me.
Whoa. All right.
Oh, yeah. She was very young.
Yeah, so she's definitely fertile or of the age. She may not.
Sure.
She may not be, of course, right? Maybe she found
the age.
of the age of just fertility.
What is this? Like the 1700s?
Of the age of fertility. What do you mean? I can't say she's of the age of.
Maybe you say she might be with child.
No, I don't know. I don't know if she has. I don't know if she has a baby or not. But I feel like she is primed and ready to go at that age.
Right.
I think that's the medical terminology.
All right. You heard it here.
We can find out potentially starting December 12th. That's when the season starts. The second season of David and Annie after the 90 days. So let's see. I would enjoy seeing David father another child, I think.
Yeah, they seem to be solid, so why not?
Fun. You know they're in Scottsdale or just outside Scottsdale. So shout out to them. We got plans to go out there in the near future, so maybe we will see them.
Maybe. Look at that.
I'm not saying when we're going, Teresa. You think?
No.
Also, we're not Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin. Like, no one's going to track us down. What, they're going to Scottsdale?
Are you saying I don't look like Haley Baldwin?
You look better.
Haley Bieber.
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 Well, all right.
Haley Bieber. She's not Baldwin. She's Bieber.
Yeah. You're better than.
Oh, thank you.
Than the Beeve. The Beeve? The Beeve. Moving on. Number 2. Recently, one of our favorites, our absolute favorites, was spotted filming. Okay?
Who's our favorite?
Well, maybe I'll have you try to guess. Let me tell you where the filming was taking place. Florida. Okay, this person was spotted on a park bench, FaceTiming someone. We don't know who they were FaceTiming, but they were FaceTiming. Who could it be?
Darcy and Stacy.
No. But we already talked about the upcoming season. So, all right, that's strike 1 and 2. See how you just blew 2 strikes in one guess?
Who else is our favorite?
Oh, my gosh. Come on.
I feel like I have way too many.
It's not like...
Chuck?
No, but that would make sense in Florida. It's not like our favorite. Like, we love them, but we love to talk about them. We think they're nuts. They're crazy. It's just...
Oh, Brandon and Julia?
No. All right, I'm going to put you out of your misery over here.
Okay.
Natalie. Natalie in Florida.
She's back in Florida?
Back in Florida, at least for this scene, filming, FaceTiming someone. Don't know who it is. Was it Josh? Is it Mike? Someone new?
Yeah.
But I would imagine this means another season of The Single Life.
I hope so.
Unless, she's not.
Spin-off?
No,
her own spin-off?
No.
That would be too much.
But if she got back together with Mike, would it be a happily ever after?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't have the answers.
I don't know, but I'll take her on anything.
That's what I'm saying. She's one of our favorites to talk about. So that's the news. She just was spotted filming. So we are excited.
Nice.
I'm excited about that.
All right.
I love watching that train wreck.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. That is 90 Day, by the way.
Not bad.
It was okay. It was all right.
I already forgot the first one. I'm kidding.
Annie may be pregnant. Okay. Let's talk about the reason we're here. Sunday night, 90 Day Fiancé, Season 7, Episode 12, Happily Ever After, question mark. And let's start with some least favorites. Why not? We'll just build momentum. So let's start slow.
Yeah, since I mentioned New York City, let's go to New York City with our least favorites, Bilal and Shaeeda.
So I hate to do it, but I got to give some credit to these two. Got to give a little.
Bilal?
And to Shaeeda, to the
For
team.
For what?
For not putting their suitcases on the bed. They were packing on the floor like normal human beings.
Because I think, I hate to say this.
OCD.
I hate to say it, but I think Bilal might be listening to our show. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's the OCD,
No,
I'm sure.
I think, yes. I think that's the OCD. And I think everything has to be so perfect. And I think he understands this. So, yes.
Good, right? You're going to end up in New York City with the urine-flooded streets. And that suitcase, what are you going to do? Just throw it on the bed in your hotel? Throw it on your bed back? No, so as much as we shit on them, at least they're doing something right when it comes to packing.
Yes. Well, Shaeeda doesn't know how to pack, asking Bilal for help.
She's asking more, I think, because she wants to look good, right? She thinks, oh, New York City's the fashion capital of the world.
I think she just didn't know how to put everything into the luggage so it fits. I feel like Bilal is like the master of making things. You know how OCD he is, or at least he says so, or he doesn't.
Yeah, it depends on the week.
He probably rolls all his socks so they fit exactly.
I've tried the roll
spot.
Have you tried the roll pack?
No,
I've tried the roll pack. To me, it takes up more space, and maybe I'm just doing it wrong.
I haven't tried it. I have a pretty decent way of packing, so
I'm pretty good. Overpackers.
You know what?
Right
Well, we are, but you know why your packing is easy? Because I fold your clean clothes very nicely. So you just put it in your luggage.
You really do. So yeah, they're packing. Maybe they're struggling, but Shaeeda wants to make a statement with her wardrobe because her friend is a bit of a fashionista.
Yeah,
who they're gonna go meet.
Her best friend.
Utress?
Took us about 15 minutes to figure out what her name was, but it's Utress.
At first, I thought it was Beatrice the first
too.
9 times she said it, but I think we know Utress. I think they FaceTimed or something a few episodes or last season, because now that I hear the name Utress. All right, Teresa.
I can't stop
All right, here we go.
You tell the story while I'm laughing.
Okay, guys, the reason Teresa can't focus, the reason she can't podcast like a professional.
Because John's hand looks like a gift.
I look like Michael Jackson in the early 90s. I look like the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone, speaking of New York. I was trying to be a good husband and get Teresa a couple Advil earlier, and I reached into the cabinet, but with such force that I just palmed the corner of the door, and that took a little gash out of the palm of my hand. I mean, it sounds worse than it is. It's basically a paper cut on steroids, but
it's in a bad spot, so it couldn't stop bleeding, and the Band-Aid wouldn't stay in the place.
So it wouldn't stop bleeding. Maybe I'll take a picture and post it on the Patreon, because it is ridiculous. So it wouldn't stop bleeding, and Teresa's like, well, you need to put something on it. We need to podcast. And I'm like, well, all right, a Band-Aid's not going to stay.
Well, no, you have a Band-Aid on it, but to make it in place, to keep it in place, we had
gauze.
We had gauze.
Which Teresa, I guess, just felt like, well, we don't want to waste any gauze. Let's just use all of the gauze in town. And so she wrapped my hand. And I get it. If you watch the Patreon when we do Single Life or something, you know I can be emotive with my hands. And so I think every once in a while, my gauze-covered hand flies into Teresa's face, and she finds it funny. But also, the way she bandaged me up.
Well, that's why I'm laughing, because I wouldn't have found it funny if you didn't start laughing and you started making comments that you look like a gift, and now I cannot unsee it.
But the way she finished it up is she wrapped it normal, right? Can't go wrong there. Wraps, and then it comes to the end, and there's two schools of thought here. You can either tuck the loose end into the fold of the other,
doesn't stay in,
or you get some medical tape and you tape it down. Teresa, I don't think has heard of either of those two options. So she goes and gets scissors. And now I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, why are you getting scissors? What's going on? I'm already cut. I don't need another cut. She cuts the one end of the gauze. So now there's like two tails. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she goes, haven't you ever been injured before? And I'm like, okay. And then she proceeds to tie a bow around my finger with the two ends of the gauze. And so now it does look like I have a gift bow on top.
It doesn't look like it. I see it now. But, I mean, you're welcome.
It's staying in place.
Exactly my point. But you, besides you yourself being a gift, now your hand looks like a gift.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Are you going to be able to keep it together?
I hope so.
I saw her almost break 3 times. And finally I was like, all right, we have to explain why if Teresa just randomly breaks out in laughter.
Because I can unsee the gift.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to... It's your fault. I'm going to try to tuck it away.
All right.
Okay, let's get to New York City. And here's the interesting thing about this couple, which I'll give credit to. Again, look at me giving points to Bilal and Shaeeda. 2 points already. Any other couple, if this was Yara, if this was Patrick and Thais, if this was Ari and Benny, the story would be they touch down in New York City and the foreigner's like, I want to live here. Why don't we stay here? Why do we have to go back home? Let's just live in the big city, right? They're not playing that storyline here.
No.
It's not even an issue. It's like we got enough with the farting and the yoga and the baby. We don't need to introduce, why don't we move to the Big Apple? So kudos, producers, for not trying to weave that storyline in.
Plus, they have a nice life back in KC. So I think Shaeeda's just mesmerized by New York City because she's like, look at it. This is the city. It's like, yes, it's called the city for a reason. It's New York City, right? And well, I don't agree with her when she says it's beautiful. Because I tell you what, New York is not beautiful. New York is amazing. New York is great. New York is fascinating. It's fast. It's all kinds of things. But New York is also very dirty and it's out of control. It's not beautiful.
I would agree and I would disagree. I would say there are beautiful parts. If you go to Central Park, Central Park is beautiful.
Yes.
There are some buildings that are beautiful. I think strolling along the Upper East Side with all those brownstones can be beautiful.
True, but
Times Square, not beautiful.
That's my point. That's not beautiful. Especially, we see them around Times Square and we see all the garbage and the smoking canals.
That's a good point too, is when they do their New York City montage, it's not the Statue of Liberty in Central Park and the Empire State Building. It's pigeons and jackhammers and the halal carts. And it's like, it's not the best of the best.
No, that's why like you see all the garbage on the side. That's also in New York, but yeah.
The other thing that they brought up very early on, as soon as they touched down, basically, besides the fresh smell of urine in the morning, is Shaeeda saying, well, I hope by the time we leave, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, well, that was so weird because they're in the cab entering the Upper East Side, right, on the 43rd Street on the east.
All right, we get it. You lived in New York.
I have to flex. But Bilal's like, well, I hope we can have some romantic times. It's going to be great. Look at all this, blah, 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 blah. And Shaeeda's like, yeah, and hopefully by the end of this trip, I'm going to be pregnant. How long are you going to stay there? Like, it only take one bang, right?
You're not going to find out the next day,
Yeah, exactly.
Do you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can. Again, never been pregnant, but I don't think you bank on Tuesday and on Wednesday you're pregnant.
Well,
yes, but I don't think you can detect it. Yeah.
Right, there's always that test that's like, can detect it faster than any other. And it's not like, by the time you take a shower, you know if you're pregnant or not. Yeah, it takes, I think.
But I get it, and I hate to be taking Bilal's side during this episode, but I am mostly because he's like, well, we came here to have a good time. Well, why do we bring babies into the occasion, right? Like that's something... He's like, let's not leave with a baggage. I'm like, all right, that's a little harsh too, but I see what you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. They also came to meet a friend, and Shaeeda said earlier that she's afraid that they will clash because they're both very alpha people.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see that later as well. But for now, I don't think Shaeeda, we always give Bilal a lot of shit for not being able to relax, right? and have fun. Well, I don't think Shaeeda can either. That's why maybe they're perfect for each other. Why would you come to New York City and instead of having nice cocktails or mocktails, whatever, I don't know if they can drink, have fun, enjoy the city, eat shrimp, because I don't think you can eat it when you're pregnant, right? Have a blast, have some fish.
That's such a good time. Guys, go nuts.
Yeah.
Have a salmon.
Yeah, eat, enjoy, drink. Why would you just bring something into the mix that you know is gonna piss him off?
Yeah, so sorry, I was doing some research. Didn't come away with a clear answer, but it's days to weeks that it takes for a pregnancy to show up on a test.
Yeah, I would believe so.
So there's no way she'll know she may be pregnant. But
sometimes, like women, I was told by some of my friends that they just knew.
Yes.
That your body, you feel it, but you don't know it officially.
Yeah, and I was reading you can feel symptoms of pregnancy within like a week, but the tests, it's going to take longer than that. From what I could tell. I don't know. Never been pregnant, but I don't think she's going to know she's pregnant on this trip, even if she gets pregnant. So to put that out there, it's like, are you just trying to start shit?
Yeah.
Are you trying to ruin the mood?
Well, I think she almost did, but not just yet. They're walking around the city, right? Shaeeda's mesmerized. It's beautiful. They're hanging out around Times Square. Beautiful, right? As beautiful as Times Square can be.
Yeah, if you're into creepers in costume, sure.
Listen,
Very
Times Square
beautiful.
is cool. The first time I've been to Times Square, I was like, holy shit, right? It's amazing. It's Times Square. It's New York
it's very
City.
stimulating.
So, oh my gosh, it's so stimulating. But yeah, so they're having a good time, right? They're enjoying the city.
Yeah.
And let's ruin the good time a little bit with meeting a friend.
They go to the restaurant and we meet Utress, and she is quite the fashionista. Like, I was vibing her green jacket.
That was a dress.
Whatever it was bellhop chic, and I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, she looked good. She looked good.
She had a vibe, and so Shaeeda wasn't wrong when she said, well, Utress is styling, so I want to be styling. We're in New York. And yeah, Utress came and she looked very good.
Oh, she sure had a vibe, but she wasn't vibing Bilal.
Oh boy. Because
and so I have a lot of feelings about this. I have to take Bilal's side on this. Whatever happened, it's just Utress came into this very strong, opinionated. And she almost didn't give him a chance. And on the one hand, I get it, but all she knows about him is from Shaeeda. Meaning, if she already feels certain way about Bilal, right?
Yeah.
That's from Shaeeda. So is Shaeeda talking shit about Bilal
That's a good point.
behind his back? And if so, why are you married to him?
That's a good point. Yes, there may be some of that, but also one of the big issues Utress has is, I can't believe Shaeeda would get married without me meeting her husband first.
Well, but that's on you and Shaeeda.
That's on you and Shaeeda. And you live in another country. So,
And you're I get it, but you're not a mom. You're not a
Right.
dad. You're a friend.
even if you were a mom or dad, it's like, you don't have to. It's marriage is between two people.
Well, I would want my parents to meet you before I married you, of course, and they obviously have several times. But
Of course. So, okay.
I don't think I would marry someone my parents haven't met unless I had a non-existing relationship with my family.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good point. She's not a parent, but she feels this need to meet and vet everyone that Shaeeda dates. That's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what. If this is you and I having a dinner with one of your friends that I meet for the first time, and the friend would come in so hot and heavy and started judging me, I would literally stand up and leave. I would not be sitting through the dinner.
Okay.
I would get upset and I would leave because she literally didn't give him a chance. And again, Bilal kind of was reacting to her attitude, so there was this vibe, right? But she started it. I'll just be honest, and I don't love Bilal, but she started this.
She came in with a certain energy. I almost thought Bilal was intimidated, and you don't see that very often from him. But I don't know if he was caught off guard because she's beautiful or if it was just her energy. But he seemed intimidated and not like his normal, confident, I'm going to take control of the situation self.
Well, I also feel like it's because she's a woman and she's Shaeeda's friend. And he knew if he loses his cool, They're in public. I don't think he loves public displays either, right?
Sure.
So he's keeping it as cool as he possibly can and being very calm about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this friend came very hot and heavy. I don't think I would be as cool sitting through someone accusing me of all kinds of things. I would literally walk away.
Well, and speaking of just sitting there, Shaeeda just sat there. Shaeeda kind of just let it all happen.
Well, she was offering bread to everyone.
Well, she was doing the most infantile, most, I don't know, like trying to break the tension, but not in a good way. Just trying to throw distractions. Like, oh, here comes our drinks. How about you're the common denominator here. You're the only person that actually has a relationship with both of these people. You have to mediate. That's your job. For you just to sit there and be like, oh, you want bread? Oh, you want? It's like, no. And on top of that, I don't think everyone needs to be friends. This is Utris, who lives in another country. It's not like you guys are going to all be going to brunch every Sunday. How often are you going to see Utris? So if you don't get along with Bilal, it's fine. Who cares? You're going to see each other once a year, maybe.
Yes, but they should still be cordial, not too. Like Shaeeda already married Bilal. So now Utris, coming into this, attacking her husband. How about you sit back, you get to know him. If he is an asshole or he's acting certain way, well, you're not married to him. You don't have to live with him.
Right.
And as John said, you don't even have to see him for Sunday brunch because you live in England. So just be nice. Just not nice, but yes, like cordial.
Yeah. No, that's my point. Is there's no need for everyone to just be besties, but just be adults.
For sure. And it got to the point that Utris is telling the cameras how uncomfortable Bilal makes her feel, and Shaeeda's telling Bilal to relax, and Bilal's like, oh, I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
And Utris is like, no, you're very tense. And I'm like, what? Just eat people or drink the mocktails.
Yeah.
I don't think they drink, right?
I don't
know.
think so, yeah.
Whatever cocktails came and Shaeeda was like, yes, come, cocktails, come over here. It's like, how about you all just chill and talk like adults, or just don't. Just end this, because one is uncomfortable, other one is mad. Shaeeda doesn't know what to do. This is not ideal.
I'm sure I'm speaking too soon, but at least the child conversation didn't come up, because I kind of expected Utris and Shaeeda to double team Bilal and be like, so when are you going to get her pregnant? She wants a baby.
Well, don't say that, because we saw the previews.
You saw the previews.
Well, I saw the previews. The baby conversation will come up, because then there is Utris telling the cameras that, well, Shaeeda doesn't have to tell Bilal that she stopped taking her birth control. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
That would be, and I'm speaking as a woman, I would never do it to you. If we talked about kids and you said, I don't feel like having a kid yet, and me saying, all right, and stop taking birth control, and then just be like, oops. Would be so, that's literally, what's the word?
Well, I was going to say, is there a bigger betrayal?
Yes.
Like, I think cheating on me would be better than that, because at least if you cheat on me, we divorce and we go our separate ways in my life. Okay, maybe I'll be sad for a little while.
Just don't even talk about that.
But if you did this and we had a kid, well, now the kid is involved. And so now we have that souvenir of our failed relationship, because you lied to me and you betrayed me. So
absolutely. I would never. And this is just Utris saying it out loud is dumb. Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah, I know. It's too bad.
Too bad.
All right. That is Bilal and Shaeeda and Utris.
Yeah. Are you ready to talk about Kim and
Uzi? A lot of love for the Uzi.
A lot of love, guys.
I'm not going to overuse it, guys.
You all love when John says Uzi.
He's already got two names, Usman, Soulja Boy. I don't think we need to add another into the mix, but he and his mom are meeting with his mom's friend's daughter. And Usman says, I don't want to marry this young woman first. I just want to show some respect to my mom. So hopefully she'll respect Kim and my wishes.
Yes. So let's go on a date. Usman and his mom meeting Farideh and her mom.
Yes.
It looks like a very nice house, right? Yeah. Like very nice furniture.
I need to go to a furniture store in Nigeria, because it's opulent, it's extravagant, and I go to IKEA, right?
We go to IKEA,
Shop at rooms to go once in a while.
Yeah,
but IKEA is so minimal, right?
Oh, I
the
love
Scandinavian
that.
design, so sleek, so simple. That's what we're used to. But I think obviously you go to Nigeria, it's so ornate and there's so much more to it. I want to go into a store and see all of it.
And best part about IKEA is that it comes as a puzzle and you get to put it together.
That's the best part.
I love that shit. You know I do.
Ooh. So I had a hand wound in college.
Oh.
Did I tell you about that?
You told me the one about your dad.
Well, he was there. We were putting my IKEA
Wasn't
bed
it
together.
in New York?
No. That was more IKEA furniture, but that went off without a hitch. I was fine. But in college, I was putting together a bed. And anyone who's put together an IKEA bed, at least 10 years ago it was like this, 20 years ago it was like this. There's that metal beam down the center that you have to open up. And it's so sharp on the sides. And I'm trying to open it up and my hand slips.
I can.
And I get a gash. Well, yeah, you were like covering your eyes when Jenny was getting acupuncture, so I can't imagine you sitting
Well, no,
this.
I actually don't mind needles. I just don't like when you talk about slit and...
So it took a chunk out of my hand. I almost passed out because I'm a big baby. But then afterwards, when I came to, I looked at the piece from IKEA and it had the warning, like, do not try to slide this. And I was like, what am I on? But anyway, what were we talking? Oh, the furniture. Yes, it looks like a beautiful place.
I almost feel like it's more so the better well off you are. That's how you show it, right? You show it on your house, on the inside when people come over. On the other hand, I think, yes, it happens in the US too. Unless you're in your 30s, you're just like, well, let's just furnish this apartment and we go to IKEA.
Right.
But I'm sure, well-off people furnish their houses very nicely. So you walk in, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. Some people spend their money on certain things and others don't. Like some people rather have a nice car than a nice sofa.
Oh, 100%. What I'm saying is like, it almost seems like it's the way to do it because we saw it on the insides of people's houses too, like a lot of gold and a lot of flashy stuff.
Even when they went to Usman's mom's house, like the furniture again was very opulent. Yeah. So we meet Farida, 18 years old,
ready to have kids,
barely legal. And of course, great looking, right? We knew she was going to be a stunner.
Yeah. And moms are like already talking grandchildren. I'm like, whoa.
The whole time, though, while the parents were there, Usi looked like he was in timeout. He looked like so sad to be there. And I'm like, cheer up, Usman. There's a beautiful woman next to you.
Yeah, but okay. So yeah, he's in his mid-30s. She's 18.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess.
Sure.
Well, she's
good for him.
Legal age, but what do you talk
that's
about?
Well, that's a legal American age. Who knows what it is?
Yeah,
in Nigeria. But
I same thing. Is like Kim is way older, right?
Yeah.
What do you talk about? What do you have in common?
Well, I know the parents eventually leave.
Yeah,
and there's just awkward silence, and it's like, okay. I was waiting for Usman to be like, so do you like Apple Watches? Have you seen the new iPhone? Like, it was so awkward.
He was close, but he goes like, well, I wanted to leave, but your beauty kept me inside it. So have you listened to any of my new music? Do you follow me? Do you follow my music? Like, what's going on?
You want a t-shirt? He brought like a t-shirt cannon. He just starts firing it out. But he tells the camera, if I hadn't met Kimberly, Farida is my type of woman.
And she listens to my songs.
She's a Soulja Boy fan. So then he's like, all right, well, the reason I'm here is to find a young lover who can produce kids. How many kids do you want? No more than 4.
Well, that's right up his alley.
That's perfect.
No more than 4. That's what Usi wants too.
That's how many I want. And Farida tells the camera, Usman's the type of man for me. But I need to get to know him better. So there's the start of a love connection here. Everyone's on board.
Bit.
Everyone's on board.
A little bit until Usman tells her, well, there is this other lady. She's a little older. She cannot produce kids. So I was thinking marrying her first and then you would be the second. How about that? Absolutely fucking not.
But isn't that great of Usman to bring up Kim that early on in the conversation?
Well, I'm sure. And I think it's because it is okay to take on multiple wives. This conversation is okay.
True. True.
Yes, but
he
she
took
does not want to be she doesn't want to be the second wife.
But we'll get to it in a little bit. He took off his ring for this meeting.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going. Okay, well, he was almost trying to hide the marriage, but then he was so forward.
What marriage?
Well,
he's not married.
Sure, the proposal. But he was so forward about saying, no, I would marry you second. Like, that was so honest. He wasn't even trying to be like, well, I got to figure out who I want to marry first. He was like, no, I'm going to marry Kim first and then you second.
Which, okay. We were giving Kim a lot of shit about not researching and then how all the guys are saying, well, it doesn't matter if you're first or second or third, right?
Yeah.
Now I feel like it matters a little bit because if she doesn't want to be the second, she wants to be the first. There might be something to it. Maybe Kim is not that wrong.
That's an interesting point.
Because when Usman brought it up, she's like, no, I don't agree with that. Like,
that's such a good point. I wonder what that is then.
I think he might be right. Maybe it's an unwritten rule that the first wife is the wife.
Huh. Or it's just human nature. Everyone wants to be first place.
But there is something to it. And
that's very interesting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the meeting goes well. There's attraction on both sides. There's possibility on both sides. The kid answer checks out. So all good. Usman and his mom leave the house. Mom asks, what are your thoughts on Fiancé? And Usman goes, she's okay. I didn't see any faults. She has my number now. So we'll see. And then he says, I want you to know I love Kimberly.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy really, is he in love or is he in love?
I still don't buy it, but
he's got every out.
You know why I don't buy it? Okay, you know why I don't buy it? Why Kim?
Because she loves him. Yeah. Love is a powerful thing, Teresa.
It is.
If she's got, imagine, you know what we feel towards each other. So imagine that's what they feel when they're together. Love's a powerful thing.
It is, but he also likes good-looking women, like younger women. I'm not saying Kim is not good-looking, but she is way older. She lives far away.
But take that off the table. Imagine if they could have that love regardless of age, regardless of appearance, regardless of where they live. If you still have that feeling when you're together, you don't want to lose that. But don't you believe in love? Come on, Teresa.
I do, but I don't think I believe in this kind of love.
But also, we know the real answer. Not even the real answer, because I'm a romantic. I hope there is love there. But at the end of the day, Fiancé is not going to give Soulja Boy the latest MacBook Pro.
True.
Okay? So Fiancé is not going to get his music out in America.
True.
So maybe he's in love with the opportunity more than the person.
It is the thing, right? I'm sure there are women closer to his age in America who would be interested and would be able to produce kids too.
Yes, and I think we've brought that up at least once before, and that's the head scratcher for me. Like a Zara, right?
Yeah.
But then we have to go back to maybe it's love.
I also feel like it's...
Not everyone's as superficial as you, Teresa.
Oh, come on. It's also, I think Zara wouldn't be so easily manipulated into buying gifts and being a second or first wife. Like Zara would be like, dude, like you want me? Like I'm a full package. You either want me, you're in or you're out. Like I don't buy all this BS around, right? Because I can do better.
And maybe Zara's like, I actually want you to take care of me. So it's enough of me taking care of you, enough of me buying you things. No, you take care of me.
So Kim does everything, right? Or everything in her power.
Yeah.
Let's go with the fact that it's love, right? So he comes back to the hotel. Kim is making this coffee, all nervous, all scared. What's gonna happen, right?
How'd your little excursion go? How was it? It was fine. All right, well, tell me more. And Usman's like, me and the lady speak. She's fine. She's okay.
I mean, he's like, yeah, she's beautiful. She's young. She can carry kids. But, you know.
All Kim really wanted to know was, you made sure your mom knows that I was okay with this, right? You made sure your mom knew I was cool. I was playing along. I'm all about the multiple wives and you having children. Like, your mom knows that, right? I want some points for that. And mom knows. Mm-hmm. And Kim goes, I know I signed on to this, but I'm just not ready for it. I proposed to you last night.
And you're not even wearing the ring.
And you're not even, wait, where are your rings? And Soldier Boy's reasoning is, in my region, we don't wear rings. But Farida is a modern woman. She might know the ring and what that symbolizes. So took it off. And here's the thing, I guess. Maybe he doesn't want to show that he was proposed to.
Oh.
Because that's a little emasculating,
Yeah,
I would say, right? It should be him doing the proposing. So it's one of two things. If he's wearing a ring, it means he's already married.
Yeah.
Or, oh, wait, she proposed to him, right? So I guess, taking it off.
I get it too. But they get a message from mom that she wants to meet them ASAP, like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they're both, Kim and Uzi, are going to meet mom and Mohammed.
Let me just say this about this meeting. This outfit was not Kim's best.
No, but every time she meets mom, she does her makeup well.
Okay,
or better than before.
But she needs a brighter head covering. In the past, or like, or more
fluffier.
No, I think in the past she wore like a green.
Yeah.
Like more of a forest green. That looked really nice. And I forget the other colors, but
pink.
This was, I think, but this was just like earth tony. This was very, it seemed more like what you would wear to a funeral.
But she's still better than she looks on a regular basis. I hate to say that.
She steps it up.
I hate to say that, but she does. And if you have a young dude who is a superstar, you better keep stepping it up, girlfriend.
Yeah. So, okay. Mom and Muhammad arrive. Mom sits down and goes, so were you not satisfied with the lady I asked you to meet with, Usman? Like kind of giving him one last chance to be like, really, you don't want to be with that young, beautiful woman? You want to, okay, all right, if you say so. And Usman's response, this is a logical response, and a response that makes me go, I don't know if he's scamming. This seems like the right answer, which is, I want to marry someone I know and that I love. And that's this lady. He's not going, I want to marry the hottest girl I can. He's going, I want to marry someone I know and that I love. That person is sitting next to me. That person is Kim. Right?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, there must be something. And Muhammad is like, you know what? We have something for you.
Oh, boy. I thought it was a plane ticket home, but it was not.
They drafted. It's a prenup. It's basically a prenup. Yeah, in a way. Saying that she will, if they move to the U.S., she will allow him to go back to Nigeria every quarter.
Yes.
She will allow him to get a younger lady for kids.
Yes.
And there was one more thing.
I just had allowed to visit the family every quarter, allowed to have another wife and to have kids in the future. Yeah, that's what I took down.
Yeah, same thing. But it was one more other thing. But basically, that's it. That's the contract.
And that's the blessing.
Yes.
That's what Kim realizes. Oh, my God, this is the blessing. This is what I've been waiting for.
And mom actually says it. She's like, you know what? I'm okay with it. Kim hugs her and tells her that she's tiny. I'm like, I hope she doesn't understand, Kim.
What do you mean?
She hugged her. She's like, you're so small. You didn't hear it?
Kim said that?
Yeah, to mom. I'm like, oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So I don't know if you would say mom's given up or mom's throwing the towel in, but like she tried her best or what. But at the end of the day, if Usman's going to have multiple wives, then who cares? Who cares who comes first?
All right, here's my question. Okay, you have this contract, right?
Yeah.
They both signed it. What if Kim is like, well, I don't actually want you to have another wife. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean that the relationship between her and Usman is over because she is not following what's in the contract?
Yeah, they'd probably get a divorce.
Okay.
Probably get a divorce and see you later.
You know, it's not gonna work out because I don't think Kim would be okay with him giving the yummy to other young babes.
It's not gonna work out.
No.
I'm very surprised it got this far.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not gonna.
But they're happy. They're hugging. They're
and let me clarify. Even if they get married, it's still not gonna work out. You know, it's not like they're gonna live happily ever after. Question mark.
Especially because she's not moving to Nigeria, and if he's gonna have kids, he's not moving to America. Let's just be honest.
Right. So that's Kim and Usman.
Mm-hmm. AKA Uzi.
AKA Uzi. I think we should take a quick break.
All right.
When we come back, it's gonna get good. All right. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. How are things going over there?
It's going.
Are you still
going.
distracted by my hand wrap?
Well, a little bit.
You are to blame for this, you know.
But if you didn't say I gave you a gift or wrapped a gift for you.
You would just look at the bow and, think you did a great job.
The bow cracks me up, but it didn't before. This is how I would wrap your hand normally.
All right. Well, I'm sorry then. But great lead into our next segment.
Yes. Jenny at the doctor's office. So, yes.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Do you know that commercial?
No.
Oh, it's really sad.
Oh, yeah. About the old people.
The old
about
lady
the button.
like the life alert or something.
Yeah.
She's like, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, it is sad.
It's very sad.
It is. But we're talking about Jenny and Sumit, unless you guys didn't pick up on it, which I'm sure you have.
Yeah. So Jenny was trying to spruce the place up. I guess her daughter's coming, right? Jen and
Christina.
Yes, they're coming. And so I feel like Jenny wanted to spruce the place up and make it feel like home. And so she was trying to hang some art on the wall. She took a little spill and got a little banged up.
Yeah, so Sumit took her to the emergency room. They said it's not broken, but she should see a doctor. So that's what she's doing now. And the doctor is saying, it's not broken, but you might have tear your muscle.
Tore. Yeah,
I knew I'm going to mispronounce it. You say it.
Tore. Well, tear is correct. It's just a different tense. Yeah, she tore a ligament, potentially tore a muscle. But she's leaning into how old she is now because she's going, well, I didn't break anything. I mean, that's pretty good for my age, right? I'm pretty old.
63.
For 60, I didn't break anything. So she's admitting that she's an oldie.
Well, and also, she's like, well, Sumit, you see, you cannot be working 7 days a week. Someone has to take care of me. And I'm like, now you really make yourself sound very old.
That's very true.
Because Sumit is like, well, I know Jenny's older and more fragile.
She didn't break a hip. She's taking that calcium.
But yeah, I mean, she also could have very easily.
Yeah. I don't wish. Very sad. But I wish we had this on camera to actually see what happened. Just to see what happened. What was she hanging? Because she turned the home into like a Home Goods. She's trying to make their apartment very Home Goods. It's got like the love sign on the wall. Yeah. Oh. So I just wanted to see, what was she hanging? Maybe it was a sign from God. Like, maybe we don't need this here. I'm just saying, I would like this.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to.
Did she throw herself? Here's what I'm getting at, Teresa.
Oh.
Did she do this to herself as a way to get Sumit to stay home?
Ooh, I don't think so.
I need to see some proof. Show me the security camera.
But
now she has to do physical therapy.
Physiotherapy.
It's something to do, which is why I'm supportive of this. She had nothing to do all day. Now she can at least go do this.
Well, somebody will probably need to be driving her because she cannot get to the hospital alone.
Okay.
So now he cannot work 7 days a week.
Exactly.
And this is an interesting physiotherapy because they're basically doing, acupuncture.
Well, first they do ultrasound.
Needles.
First they do ultrasound. And I felt like Sumit was probably going, now do it on her belly. Like wants her to be pregnant, wants the ultrasound to be.
No, he does not want her to be pregnant.
He wants a kid.
Yeah, but not with Jenny.
He can adopt someone. That's what he said.
Well, he also brought it up. He's like, yeah, now she's a little broken. She's a little fragile. And I haven't even told her about wanting to have a kid. And I think he's realizing how old she is. Like, truly.
Yeah, it frames her in a different light when you see her getting medical care.
And again, she's not that old when it comes to an actual age, right? She's fine. But she is older than him. She's older to raise a child. Like, she doesn't want to do all that shit. And she needs some help. She says it herself. I need some help. I need someone to take care of me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So maybe you adopt a teenager and then best of both worlds. You get the kid, you get someone to take care of her. But yeah, she gets acupuncture. Sumit was getting nauseous, which was hilarious because he goes, I fainted 3 times donating blood and twice doing a blood test. Sumit just going out every time a needle comes near him.
I mean, it's like you.
I've never fainted giving blood.
No, but you
I don't like it.
No, but you told me like you sometimes have to like sit down and like relax a little bit afterwards.
There was one time where I gave blood Not, yeah, I wasn't donating.
It was a blood test.
It was a blood test. I had to do 2 vials, I think. And the guy was like, all right, you can go. And I was like, not yet. And then I was like, can I get a glass of water? And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, man. Like, come on. I'm getting a little lightheaded over here. That was the only time. I was fine. I drank the glass of water and I left. But that's
I don't mind blood. I mean, donating blood, giving
normally
blood.
I'm fine. Normally I'm in and out and it's great.
Yeah.
But that one time hit differently.
Yes.
Anyways. Okay. The whole event made Jenny feel even stronger about Sumit not working all the time because accidents happen and you better be here to catch me when I fall.
And also made her miss the U.S. even more because she said, if this happened at home, I would have someone to take care of me. Like my daughter, the kids, whoever.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but...
It is true.
Sumit's there. You're going to...
Well, yeah, but he's going to be working 7 days a week.
And what's her daughter going to do?
I don't know.
Not go just sit in a rocking chair next to Jenny in bed 7 days a week?
No, but
exactly.
maybe she wouldn't be working 7 days a week.
Come on. She's not going to have someone sitting there by her side all day, every day.
But that's not what she's asking for.
But she goes, oh, I'd have someone to take care of me. Sumit is going to be there for you as much, if not more, and it's definitely more than anyone in America.
That's, I guess.
Right?
It's sad.
But speaking of those folks in America, cut to Jenny and Sumit cleaning the place, preparing for Jenny's daughter.
Yeah, and Jenny's arm seems fine because she's just cleaning.
Yeah. And so Tina and Jen arrive. They hug it out for like 10 minutes. Sumit's just smiling like, oh my God. Oh, he was a little, oh my God. Yeah, he's just standing there.
Yeah.
Did you see the motorcycle outside the apartment? There's a motorcycle. During this 10-minute hug fest, I saw this motorcycle and I just wondered, does Sumit ride a motorcycle?
They bought a car, so they have a car. I don't know if they have a motorcycle.
Yeah. Anyway, they go inside. Tina's like, oh, this place is so cute in here.
Yeah.
And they sit down to talk. And Christina wonders, how's married life? Jenny with the classic answer, oh, it's the same. Nothing's changed. Just now I don't have to worry about getting deported.
No, Jenny. But it's true. It's true, right?
Yeah.
And so Sumit cooked because we know that Jenny only knows how to warm things in the microwave.
I mean, if you're in the mood for potatoes, I can whip something up.
But so Sumit cooked and they're thanking him for cooking. And I crack a beer and Christina's like, having my first beer with Pops.
Yikes.
All right. Well, here you go, Sumit. Here is your daughter.
That's very true.
Don't say that you don't have kids.
That's very true. So then they bring up how the family doesn't accept Jenny, right? And they wonder, will Sumit's family ever accept Jenny? She doesn't think so. I don't think so.
But Sumit says, well, none of them understand because they're not from India. They don't know Indian families. We all are like one unit.
Yes.
And if you get kicked out, like you get kicked out. And it's just different. And Christina will never get this.
Right. And who knows, maybe she will, maybe she won't. I kind of feel, and I think Jenny feels, that Sumit's really his objective is for him to get accepted. He's putting all of his effort, I feel like, into getting himself accepted back into the family, not doing as much to get Jenny accepted into the family. And I think that's what Jenny is concerned about because she says like, oh yeah, like maybe they'll accept him eventually, but not me. And I think that's could be the case. Could be true.
You might be right. Yeah.
Shall we keep moving? Keep rolling here?
Let's keep rolling.
All right. Let's do Libby and Andre.
Let's go to this cute alpaca farm in Arizona.
Is that where we were? Because Libby looked like she was at a bachelorette party in Nashville.
Yeah.
So time to lose the hat.
I don't think they understand it.
Time to lose the hat, Libby.
Yeah. But they're on a vacation and the kid likes animals, so why don't we go and look at some alpacas?
Alpacas are quite the animal.
They're cute.
Very cute.
They're
very
fluffy, yeah.
Very unique. Yeah, they look fake to me.
Right?
I'm just
They
gonna
do.
say, I'm like, you're not real. This is a Disney animal. This is a stuffed animal. How are you an actual animal?
Yeah, alpacas are so cute.
Yeah, they really are. So okay. They see the alpacas for a little bit. Libby meets Chief, who has like 4 girlfriends. Finally, Libby's like, I've had enough. I need to sit down. And so her and Chuck go sit to talk.
Yes, and I love Chuck. Guys, I'm a fan of Chuck. But
oh boy, not everyone has great taste. Please. No, Chuck is fine.
Chuck, I think Chuck really came out of his shell.
Yes.
And he says he's happy that he was included in this reveal and everything, but he's also worried about the relationship with her sisters and the mom.
Back it up. He's also worried about her singing career. Libby, how is this pregnancy going to affect your singing career?
Well, I'm pretty sure that Libby was like, Dad, when we talk on camera, I was just like, ask me about singing.
It was the producers. The producers were like, we need to put a bow on this singing storyline because it started strong and then it just ended.
Yeah.
And so we're all kind of left going, well, what happened to the singing career? So it was just such a moment of like, okay, let's just put a button on this thing. How is you being pregnant going to affect your singing career?
Well, I think I'm going to put it on hold for now. I'm going to focus on being pregnant.
Okay. Well, speaking of your pregnancy, I was a little disappointed that the family couldn't share in the news.
Well, I get what he's saying. Like, no matter what, finding from social media that your sibling is pregnant or whatever, I think that's a little harsh. Even like, let's say, forget the sisters, right? Your mom? Come on.
Yeah, but that mom is a piece of work.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Libby basically brings up, well, you're disappointed in my actions. I'm disappointed in their actions. They all went to mom's birthday party. I didn't like that.
Which also sounds horrible. Like, I get it. Like, mom was gonna bring Charlie and there is that whole other issue. But just saying like, oh yeah, I was mad at my sisters because they went to our mom's birthday party. It sounds horrible.
It sounds horrible because we are in healthy, loving families. But if your mom is toxic and your mom is sabotaging your relationships and not doing what is best for the other family members, then maybe you have to take a different approach. And maybe you do have to do something to wake her up and be like, hey, mom, enough is enough.
I don't think mom is toxic. I just think that mom wants...
mom is toxic.
I just think mom wants all the siblings to get along.
Yeah.
Andre, I just think she does not like Andre.
Okay.
She doesn't see that there is something wrong with Charlie because she's a mom. And I feel like many times, like, moms don't see the real issue. Like, my mom, I could gain 200 pounds and my mom would be like, you look so cute. You look beautiful. You didn't gain any weight. You look great. My mom would never say, oh shit, you gained some weight. You better start doing something.
Your dad would.
My dad would, yeah. But my mom would never. My mom, like, I can shave my head and my mom would be like, oh my gosh, what a great look on you. I love this.
Really?
I'm telling you, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's...
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there are moms, I think your mom can call out people on their shit.
Yes.
In like a nice way, right?
Yes.
But I feel like there are parents who don't want to see or hear there's anything wrong with your child. And
that's true. Well, because for a lot of parents, it's a reflection on them.
True.
Oh, if my daughter has issues, if my son has issues, that means I was a bad parent. So it's just easier to say, I'm a great parent. This is a great child.
Yeah.
Right? It makes it easier.
Yeah. And I said, that's why I would not call their mom toxic. I just think she's blinded by what's going on.
You're right. And I'm speaking a little bit to the personal life of her and what she posts on social media and that aspect.
I don't see that.
Yeah, it's not good.
What does she post on social media?
Oh, very homophobic, anti-gay memes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, ew.
Yeah.
That's
so
bad.
She's toxic.
But again,
we try to report what's on the show. But,
yes, but I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. But I still like Chuck.
Well, yeah, Chuck divorced her, so so he's got some sense.
Okay, well, now I see her in a very, very different light. But let's just talk about what's on the show.
Yeah.
I just think that for her, it's like, oh, Charlie has a drinking problem. Are you saying he drinks alcohol? You drink alcohol too. I don't see any problem, which is bad, but...
Yeah. Well, okay, so back to Chuck, though. He brings up how he almost died in surgery 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And he goes, the Lord did not spare my life for our family to be like this, right? He thinks, I was saved. I'm here to be a part of this strong, loving family, and we need to make that happen. And so he's got an idea.
Yes. Let's all go to therapy.
So I'll go to family therapy.
Which is not the worst idea because I feel like if they all gonna get together, there probably should be a professional in the room. Otherwise, they're gonna kill each other.
Yes.
So, I mean, not the worst idea, Chuck.
Not the worst idea, Chuck.
And we're here for it.
Libby says, all right, we'll try one session and then we'll see. If there's a lot of negativity, I don't want to continue, but try anything once. So cut to nighttime. Andre and Libby are like making s'mores. Beautiful.
I have never had a s'more. I think I already said it. It creeps me out. It's too sticky. Why would you do that? Why would you eat it?
That creeps you out? It's the activity is the fun part. That's the reward, is the making of the s'more. The eating the s'more is not the reward. The eating of the s'more. Is it even
good?
It's not bad. It's you know what it is, right?
It's a marshmallow.
So you take 2 graham crackers.
Yeah.
Then you get some chocolate, like a Hershey's chocolate bar.
Okay.
And a marshmallow, and you melt the marshmallow.
Yeah.
A little sandwich, a little s'more.
Nah.
No? No, it's a lot.
In Czech, what we do, we put the hot dog on the stick, and then you just grill this hot dog on the fire.
Very different, Teresa.
I would rather take that. Get some protein in you. Am I right?
Very different. Anyway, my point was, where are they staying? Because it looked like a huge cabin, and we know like a tiny motel around the Grand Canyon is $400. So where is this beautiful house?
I think they're farther from the Grand Canyon. I think they're somewhere in Arizona.
They must be a ways out because everything is crazy.
It seemed like a campground to me. No,
it was a cabin.
Really?
Well, I mean, it could have been a cabin within a campground, but it was definitely, there was a cabin behind
there are cabins around the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
I wonder like what time of the year because it seemed to be cold. So it must have been the winter. Because around Arizona's very hot in the summer and the fall and the spring.
Well, at night the desert gets cold.
Yeah, but not in the summer.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But also, if this is this last minute trip to reveal the pregnancy, everything's booked up. So
True.
I do wonder when they went, when this was planned, where are they? Because it did look like a nice cabin. But they're there, and Libby's like, this is nice. We don't get a lot of time to ourselves. We should do a baby moon. We should go on vacation before we have the baby. You're at the Grand Canyon right now. You're on vacation right now.
Yes.
This wasn't business. This wasn't a business trip just because you took some Instagram photos and shared your pregnancy. This is a vacation.
It is. But I kind of get that baby moon. Sure. What is a push gift?
Oh, you don't know? Good. I'm not even going to tell you then. So they start talking about the gender reveal, and they want it to be super epic.
I think they posted it on social media, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what a push gift is?
No. What is a push gift?
No, I'm not even going to tell you.
You have to tell me.
So they're talking about the gender reveal. It's a gift that you give to the person who's pregnant.
Like what?
Whatever your little heart desires.
Really? Mm-hmm. Can I get a card as a push gift?
I'm sure some people have gotten cards as push gifts.
Damn.
Yeah.
So just because is it like after you push?
You push the baby.
After you push the baby, you get the gift, or before?
I don't know.
After, right?
I mean, you got to push, right?
What if you get a cesarean?
I think you could still get one.
But you didn't push.
I don't know how that works.
Maybe you would get cesarean gift.
You get a Caesar salad, maybe. That's what it's named after. Yeah, I think it could be given before or after the birth, but yeah, that's what it is.
A push gift.
Yeah, we're coming up with different reasons to give gifts every single day.
Only in America. All right.
Isn't the baby the gift? It's like, the baby's nice, but the Louis Vuitton purse, now that is worth celebrating. What are we doing here, folks? The baby's the gift, okay? People. Yeah,
but then Libby brings up the therapy, and Andre's like, in Moldova, we don't do therapy. We just talk about things, how they are, and we don't go to therapy, but I'll do it.
I was so surprised with his response. I thought he was going to freak out and be like, absolutely not. But he was like, okay. Like, I don't know if it was the atmosphere, the serenity now, like whatever it was. He was very calm and was like, okay, sure.
I feel like that's honestly, I'm excited for this because if you butt heads with the whole family, but you're trying to repair it as Libby is and Chuck, Put a therapist in the middle. I think that's a smart idea.
Here's the not so smart idea. And maybe it was just the way Libby said it. But she goes, my dad knows some people that are therapists. So he wanted to see if we can talk to them. It's like, you don't go to a therapist that you know.
Yeah, you don't.
It's got to be a neutral third party. It can't be like your dad's golfing buddy.
No.
That's not going to work.
No.
So that was my only thing where I was like, that's not the best idea if that's the case. But yeah, Andre was open to it.
Yeah.
He didn't flip out.
Not yet.
And, well, yeah, not yet. That's positive. And so they're going to go. And I can't wait to watch. And that's the other thing is like if it's a real therapy session, I'm sure cameras aren't really allowed. So this is for TV.
That's why Chuck's friend.
Yeah, this is for TV.
All right. Let's go back to Nigeria. But let's talk about Angela and
Michael.
Oh my God, you forgot.
Well, I was thinking about my meme. Guys, if you're not following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod, this is the meme.
Yes. So Angela's packing, looking like a schoolgirl.
She looks like Alicia Silverstone in Clueless.
Or she wants to.
And
she's
so that's
trying to
the
look
meme.
young.
That's the meme. Yeah. Packing gets a call from Michael.
Her packing skills are horrible. And also, she smokes cigarettes what?
So,
oh my God. On the bed. Oh my God.
I've come to terms with the fact that Angela only goes to Nigeria now so that she can buy cartons of duty-free cigarettes at the airport before. That's why she goes. You need to leave the country. And she's like, well, all right, I'm down to my last carton. I guess it's time to go to Nigeria again. Get that duty-free.
Well, she should stop smoking because...
she's literally dying on camera, Teresa.
I know.
She's literally
like she looks...
It's like, Michael, you're killing me. It's like, no, the cigarettes are.
I know she dropped all the weight and that's good for her, but you were saying that, and I almost had a little hope because she was saying, I want to be healthier. I'm like, all right. She almost tried to make a smoothie, remember?
And we started the season with her at yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, she brought a Diet Coke, but she was still at yoga.
Was it a Diet Coke, man?
But she was still at yoga. She's got the least healthiest lifestyle I've ever seen.
It's horrible. And honestly, she looks more unhealthy than ever.
The travel's not good either. I know it's a necessity for some, but flying on an airplane like that, it's not good for her, I'm sure. It's a stressful event.
I think the flying is the least of the worries.
No, it is, but it puts a lot on the body. Traveling, time changes, being around so many germs, stress. It's just not the healthiest thing.
It's the way she treats her body.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's one other thing.
Yeah, I feel like when she made the decision to do the surgery, drop some weight to be healthier, she should have just be like, I'll be healthier all the way around. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to start drinking some water, which I still don't understand how she doesn't. I'm going to start eating healthier. But all she did is like she dropped the weight and she's dressing like she's in her early 20s. Yeah. But that's about it.
Yeah. So, okay, Michael wants to meet up and talk. So they meet at a restaurant and Michael goes, I really want the marriage to work. So for peace, I'm going to delete Instagram. And he does.
He does for now, but he tells her it's painful.
He deletes his Instagram. And Angela goes, I love you. I always have. But you've run me through the ringer. You need to tell the truth. I need to know the truth. So let me see that phone.
And she keeps getting emotional a lot. Like she cries in every scene.
I think she knows. I don't want to get too morbid, but no. I just think she knows the best days are behind her.
She's 56. It's not that bad.
She's an Angela 56.
I know, but...
That's an Angela 56.
At least she got to wear the pink pants that she was talking about while she was packing. She's like, I didn't even get to wear my pink pants.
Okay, but so here's the thing. She keeps moving the goalpost. She wants Michael to delete Instagram. He does. Now it's, all right, well, I still don't trust you. Let me see your phone. Let me scroll through your phone. It's like, I thought it was about Instagram. Now Instagram is gone. Why are you coming up with more reasons that I can't trust you?
I'll tell you this, and this is how I feel, right? I think the more control she's trying to have over him, the more he's going to try to do something, not shitty, but something like, all right, she's not allowing me to talk to any girls. Oh, but I really want to. Like, it's like a kid. You tell the kid, oh, you cannot eat any chocolate, and it's going to stop eating chocolates until it goes to a birthday party, and then she's going to eat the whole cake and throw up.
Yeah, except your parents aren't going to beat you up if you do that. True. So I think Michael's scared.
She would beat him up.
That's what I'm saying. I think Michael's scared. He knows not to.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, I've had my phone for years. Like, I have probably some phone numbers. I don't even know who those people are.
Sure.
But I literally use like 5 phone numbers in my phone.
Right. And that's the thing, is she starts scrolling through and goes, who's Angie? How about you go to recent calls or look at the text messages, right? If he got this phone 10 years ago and put a woman in there 10 years ago before he even met you, who cares?
Yeah, she's like, how many women do you have in your phone? He's like, mom, a niece, a cousin. Who's was it? Was it Angel? Angeli?
I think it was Angela, but
was it right? It was
to differentiate,
it was spelled like
2 L's, I think.
Angelle. Angela.
Yeah.
Angeli. Oh my gosh.
But long story short, she's like, I'm going to call this woman. So she does. This woman picks up, and Angela's like, this is Angela, Michael's wife. I'm just wondering why my husband's phone number is in your phone, or why your number is in my husband's phone. And the woman's just like,
he's my friend.
And hangs up, right? Didn't she hang up?
She did, but it's like, yes, of course. Well, what would you...
I would be like, the Angela from 90 Day Fiancé?
But Michael was like, no, don't do it. No. Oh. And he said he knows this woman from school.
Yeah.
She sounded older.
Okay.
I mean, did he find another Angela? Is he like, fuck, this Angela's not really wanting me. Well, let's find another Angela.
I don't think she sounded that old. But the age wasn't the concern. Angela's like, is she pretty? And at least Michael is smart enough to go, no. I hope Angela with 2 L's doesn't watch this episode.
I don't understand why Michael would still want this relationship to keep going. Like, does he understand that if he comes to the US, he's going to be living with Angela, dependent 110% on her?
And forget that. My question is, when was the last time these two just hung out and had a good time together?
Never.
We've never seen in recent memory a night or a day where they just go to a restaurant or go to a park and not get into a fight. It always might start like, okay, we're having one drink, it's fine. And then boom, right back into fighting. This would be so much more compelling if it went from, oh, they had a good day, look at this love, I think they might make it, to a fight. Like at least Kim and Usman, right? They might fight and she'll threaten to go home like Angela does.
Yep.
But then there's a week of nice behavior. And like, you're like, oh, I could see how this could work. Angela and Michael's just all fighting all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah. But she's like, Michael is telling her he loves her and he wants to make the marriage work, right? And Angela's crying once again.
Yeah.
And then she's like, all right, do you want to come with me or do you want to go back home?
Oh, you already know the answer.
So they walk away hugging, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like Angela smells like a pack of cigarettes.
You got that right.
Like, how is he...
He's used to it now.
Take everything out of the occasion. How is he even attracted to that?
The smell?
The smell, the yelling, all of it. It's just the negativity, the control.
Yeah, well, some people are attracted to wild and crazy things. Some people love drama. Some people love getting into fighting because then when they resolve their issues, it's like, oh, like that feels good, right?
I guess.
People are different, Teresa.
Well, speaking of fighting.
Cue the Russian music.
I'm so sick of this, but.
Don't worry, we'll have German music next week, I think.
Well, let's see about that.
Joey
like,
and Scottish
Yara.
music. Yeah, Joey and Yara.
They're at the restaurant in Prague.
At a little cafe.
Date night.
And they're meeting up with Joey's friend T. Talmadge, who is from Georgia, the country.
The country, not the state.
But lives in Germany now.
Yes,
right?
And they've been travel buddies. They apparently, T was the one who took Joey to Ukraine for the first time when they spent 17 days partying and going to strip clubs.
Oh boy, yeah. Someone needs to learn how to zip it.
And T is very surprised that Joey settled down. And he's kind of upset because he lost his travel buddy.
Mm-hmm. Did you see everyone got the leather jacket memo?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone at that table was rocking their leather.
Well, we love our leather in Europe.
You sure do.
I'll tell you that.
Also, shout out to those beer mugs.
Those are Czech.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, they're in Prague. Every beer tastes better out of those thick, those squatty, those thick
They're
squatty.
half a liter.
Half a liter. You either get a half a liter, you get the full liter. And I'm going to...
You know how do you order?
That's what I'm trying to think.
Can I please have a large beer?
Moho beef dostat. Large would be velký pivo. But...
Please.
Prosím. But there is like the sweet beer, right? Is it Svetla?
Svetla. That means light.
The light beer. Sorry, I learned it as sweet Svetla. And then what would the opposite be? Is like a dark beer. Tmavý. Yeah. So just seeing that glass.
Because like many times when you each restaurant, some restaurants might have multiple beers on tap, but usually they have one dedicated beer. So let's say they would have Bernard, but they would have Bernard 10 degrees, 12 degrees, light, dark. And so then depends on what you like, you order.
Yes. So they're all there. They're drinking. They're in their leather jackets. Jovi brings up how Yara was just looking at apartments in Prague right after she got her green card.
Yes, and he doesn't like that. He's
Red
like,
flags.
why are you doing that?
Red
like
flags.
Red flags. Like Jovi literally invited T to have someone in his corner, which I kind of understand because it's him against Yara, mom, and I guess Mila.
Yeah, I understand having someone in your corner. I don't understand. Did he come from Germany to Prague just to see them? Because then we learn, they're going to go to Germany to meet Karina, Yara's friend. And it's like, well, why don't you just meet both of your friends in Germany the next day?
I know. I think he came to Prague, maybe to have fun, but also for the show.
Yeah.
Plus, like Prague, it depends where in Germany he lives, but it's not that far.
No, we took the train from Prague. No, where did we take the train
No, we took a train from Austria to Germany.
Okay.
From Salzburg to Munich. Yeah.
I forget. But anyways, that's the plan now. They're just country hopping at this point. They're going to Germany.
It's very easy to do.
It's very easy.
Plus, the trains in Europe are fab.
Fab? Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, they're very nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought you were going to say fast. That's why it
Well, that too, but fab.
Yes. So that's the plan now. They're going to leave Prague, go to Germany. Yara's going to meet her friend. And Jovi's like, well, can T come with? And Yara is not thrilled about this idea.
Well, because she's like, this is not a party trip. This is a mission trip. I'm going to want to see my friends. I want to support them emotionally however I can. This is not a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I get, but so far it looks like more of a party than a mission trip.
But, I mean, on one hand, I guess I get why Yara's in Europe, but try to also enjoy it a little bit because that also brings some level of comfort to your family and friends.
Yes, and I'm sure she's anxious and she deserves it. She deserves to have a good time too. Yeah. So that's the plan. They're all going to go to Germany. And I think we'll see that next week. Yeah. Perhaps. All right. Well, that's the episode, Teresa.
That's it.
I hope I wasn't too distracting.
You look like a gift.
With my Billie Jean glove on. But all right. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Check out the Instagram at Married to Reality Pod for that hot meme. Like the meme. Mm-hmm. Love the meme.
Love the meme.
Comment on the meme.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Married to Reality. So much over there. I'm not going to list it again. You can go see it for yourself. Follow the podcast. Yeah. It's so easy to do. You just look down and smash that follow button. Guys, smash it like it's as hot as the Czech beer. That always makes me a little homesick. Just seeing the whole Czech Republic. All right, a little homesick. And reviews, we love them. So if you got them, send them our way. We read the 5-star reviews on this podcast right here. And a special thank you to ATLJL, Atlanta JL. We appreciate that review, a beautiful review. Yes. So thank you. That is it. I think I've said it all. I've said it all. You've said it all. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.